I have a dream conference realignment scenario for Big 12 fans. It would absolutely break the brains of so many people, but in a good way. Oklahoma, Nebraska, back to the Big 12. West Virginia gets to go back home. Arizona schools back to the Pac-10. Yes, I said Pac-10. It's how the college football world should be. Welcome in to the Open for Business Big 12 podcast. This is where the Big 12 just means more. Hey, look, I'm feeling the love right now. I'm feeling the momentum of Project Rudy and Saving College Sports, the two entities that want to open up the Sports Broadcasting Act, pool college football and college sports media rights to make everybody more money. It would be a more equitable future. There would be a new governing body. Like, it feels like we have some momentum toward things developing for the better for all of college sports and not just being what the Big Ten and the SEC want. So we can really dream, right? I'm going to really dream. Because Josh Pate, who I think is the best college football content creator out there right now, excellent channel. You should check out his show. He met with the president recently, which drew him a lot of fire from a lot of people. But the president and not only the White House, but Congress, they have been very, very involved lately in college athletics, potentially making some changes. There's a meeting as I record this tomorrow at the White House with a bunch of dignitaries. Point being, it looks like there might be some government intervention into college sports, right? Well, if Josh Pate's got it in, he's always said he wants to be college football commissioner. This is what he thinks should happen with the conferences, okay? So let's dream a little bit. If he's able to land that college commissioner job, this is what you could get, ladies and gentlemen. These are his perfect college football conferences. Now, not everyone's going to be happy with this, but I think almost everybody will be. Utah fans, I can just tell you right off the bat, I saw this immediately and I was like, well, Utah's going to hate this. That might have been my first takeaway. Me as an old school Big 8 guy, I'm like, okay, you got me interested in this. But Utah fans are not going to like the fact that they get stuck in the Big 8. Here are the parameters that Josh Pate outlined for this. No more than 10 teams per conference. Okay, so there's that, first of all. Round-robin league schedules. Remember the one true champion era of the Big 12? Big 12 is just ahead of its time. What everybody always says, Big 12 way ahead of its time. And everybody's required to play one power conference, non-conference game, and all traditional rivalries stay put. So if you got your cross-conference, if you got your Florida State, Florida, whatever, cross-conference rivalry game, that stays put. Here are the changes for the Big 12. If you were just looking for a quick little primer, the old Big 8 gets back together, which means Oklahoma, Missouri, and Nebraska return to the Big 8. Welcome back, my friends. BYU and Utah stay put. As I mentioned, Utah fans not going to like that. Arizona schools go back to the Pac-10. West Virginia and Cincy go to the Big East along with UCF. And then Houston, Texas Tech, Baylor, TCU, they're back in the Southwest Conference as we revive the old Southwest Conference. Please tell me that you would give this a shot if you were a college football fan. Man, this is so much better than what we currently have. Yes, if you're a Utah fan, I get it. You don't get your road trips to Pasadena. You don't get to go to Southern California anymore. You're not going to Palo Alto. None of that. You're going to have to stay basically in the truck stop conference, but at least you get a little more brand power with Nebraska and Oklahoma, right? I'm sure Missouri probably doesn't help with the truck stop conference reputation, but you'll survive. BYU, I would think, would be happy to have the conference still. Even if BYU and Utah are not like a perfect cultural fit with the old Big 8, I think BYU would be very happy to stick around in a conference like that. I said it. I'm a Big 8 traditionalist. I love the games Mizzou, Nebraska, Colorado. Like, give me Nebraska, Colorado every single year again on Black Friday. That's the world as it should be. Why do we not have that? Oklahoma, Nebraska playing again. I love that. And even though I'm really a Big 12 kid, as much as I say a Big 8 guy, I'm really an OG Big 12 kid, so I would love the Texas schools. I am happy to see here, if you get the Southwest Conference back together, we get like A&M, Texas Tech again. Obviously, Texas Tech will get a crack at Texas then in this new era, which would be awesome every single year. But I like this. I was too young when the Southwest Conference was a thing. Give me some of that, man. Give me some of that. West Virginia is a big winner here. Like West Virginia, no more long, crazy travel. You're back at a conference with Pitt, back in a conference with Virginia Tech, like regional rivals. I love all that. I love all that here in the Big East for West Virginia. Cincinnati obviously is going back with them, and UCF. And so, similar story there for them. It's just West Virginia's been doing this for a long time, right? With the crazy travel, which I know, Bob Huggins used to talk about that, how much that affected things, especially with the basketball season. Maybe it's not quite as consequential in football, but certainly, yeah, if you're a basketball team playing a game on Tuesday and having to fly across the country like you are, West Virginia's been dealing with that for a while. Texas, can we all laugh for a second at Texas having to play Rice and Tulane every single year in a conference game because of this? I mean, it would probably bother them to play Houston as well, but that's one where I'm like, yeah, make Texas play Houston right now. Willie Fritz, Houston. Let's see how that goes, my friends. I think this is about as good as you could possibly do right now in trying to rearrange these. I mean, certain people are going to pick bones. I saw a lot of people upset about the fact that it didn't include all of FBS. That's an awful lot to fit on one graphic, and I get it. I can't really complain too much about that when I'm the outside of the Power 2 club guy from the Big 12 conference complaining about this, and you're just going down a level. It's the same scenario with all them. I understand. Maybe Northwestern and Vandy wouldn't exactly love going independent here. Arkansas, maybe they wouldn't love having to leave the SEC. I'm not entirely sure, right? But so much of this makes sense. Like, if you are in a Project Rudy world where everyone's making more money and that's not as much of a problem and an issue anymore, I mean, Florida State, Clemson, Miami, they don't have to leave the tradition that they have there. I mean, I know Miami was at one time in the Big East, hasn't been there all that long, but particularly like Florida State and Clemson don't have to leave all that in the ACC. Maryland, you can stop getting your brains beat in the Big Ten and probably have more of a fighting chance in the ACC. Now, if you wanted to come back at me and say, John, one of the problems here, and subscribe to the channel, by the way, pushing toward 35,000 subscribers, getting closer and closer every day. Thank you to those who subscribe. If you want to say, John, if you look at this, I mean, the Big Ten is still going to be the dominant force here. They still have Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and now Indiana, who looks to be a total force, defending national champions with Curt Cignetti. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it evolves, but yes, that's fair. The SEC then obviously still has perceived strength at the top, but it's been a bit more spread out now. And if you were to say, well, John, the Big Eight, what national championship pop does the Big Eight really have? I don't really see it with Oklahoma and Brent Venables. I guess I could be proven wrong. Still a long way to go from Matt Rule in Nebraska, certainly, where their program's been. Like, I get it. Not as much upside there, but this is at least closer. This has made things more equitable across the board. And really, just like geographically, so much more makes sense about this. And if you have college football TV rights all sold together instead of broken off by conference, then it doesn't really matter. You can do things that geographically make sense. The TV networks will take care of being able to place the games wherever they go. You don't have to. It would be so much better for everybody. Josh Pate has my vote for commissioner if he would make this happen. If we can guarantee that this happens. Nebraska, by the way, back in the old Big Eight, back with a bunch of Big 12 schools, back with, I mean, really, we're talking about the hateful eight days here. In this scenario, Nebraska did almost rejoin the Big 12. Yes, it is true. That is not me making it up. That is not clickbait. That is 100% true from the horse's mouth. You can hear it if you click here.